Hi everybody, my name is Mingting Chen. I am here to talk about my Tableau 2 project. And then first of all, we are going to look at the data. I got this data from our site. And then the first thing that we'll look at is the year. That's just my personal options. And then I like to look at the years just to have an idea of to knowing that how many years that we're going to compare to. Second of all, I'm gonna look at the items to see what kind of stuff that they are selling. So I'll just take a look at it, and then it's more like a personal hygiene product, and then there's a different departments to it as well. Um, yeah, and then I also added to a profit margin to this raw data because I would like to see if the data are actually um, doing um, what it's supposed to do. If let's see the sales, how's the profit it's going to be. So just adding a margin is not a bad idea. Also, the thing is that the region that we're going to focus on, the center east, I will more be focused on the western area, but I will also talk about the whole state as well. And here's the state that they have, which is nice, and then the cities right here, which is nice. So now just go right into see what I have done. So first of all, I put together this big graph, the bar graph, just to have a better vision of what we're looking at, and then what's the difference. It's just to compare it. So right here, we can clearly see that 2017 is doing a lot better than 2018. It is nearly, it's almost to the all of stuff, I think it's almost over 50% or nearby 50% of the sales decrease in 2018. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna look at the regions to see. It's because in certain regions that some sales are going down or some sales are going up. So right here, let's take a look. Right here on the central area, the grocery department didn't decrease that much. However, the paper products are actually decreased by a lot, following by the personnel products also. And then if you look at each one of them, they are all actually decreasing. And then for that, we can make a assumption about, hey, maybe the price is changing, or maybe people don't have that much money to buy for it, or the population changes. Those are all the concepts that we have to consider when starting a business or when we're analyzing a business data set. Let's So what I have done is I out of three departments, I choose one of them, the personnel, and just to kind of have a just kind of narrow down the area that we're going to be focusing on. I think personnel is a very good example since it have really good um, differences between them, and then I think we can use those to determine what's really going on and why the sales are going down. So let's go back to it. So on the central area, they actually all goes down except for the personnels. For the moisturizer conditioner, the Dove's. Um, and then if you look at these, they actually start to drop a little bit for this product as well. And then as we can see in the full pages, no matter which region is, the total sales are always um, less in 2018. So they must done something. to make the sales decrease or cut down something to do it. And then I personally think if this is a nationwide problem, it could be the locations that it's not right. So I will use this selling location to explain a little bit more about why I say this. So on this sheet, this is the 2017 the selling locations, and this is 2018 the selling locations. So right here out of bed we can tell that um, this area has changed a lot. Have you guys see that this area, the selling spots are a lot more on the 2017. However, on 2018, they decreased significantly amounts. Also on the coastal area, it's all decreased by. But also we can see on the other area that in 2017 it doesn't have, but in 18 they actually open up new stores right here. But let's make a guess. Let's say the rents are too high in this area, right here, in this area. And then the owner will say, hey, the rent is too high, I don't want to pay that much. Let's move to the west a little bit to see what's going on. So they kind of move their locations to the west. Like here, there's no stores right here, but on the 7th and on the 18, they kind of move their store to here. I think that is the trigger to it, to the sales decrease, because you need to think about not every location has the same cost of living. Maybe in this area, I'd say could be Chicago. People at this area, they get paid more, they make more monies, they care about more about those hygiene products instead of people in this area. I'd say the people in this area, they are willing to pay $10 per bottles, $10 per bottles for soap. They're okay with it. But people in this area, they're like, oh, $10 too much, I'm not gonna pay for it. So that could be the trigger why the sales are going down. Also, the same problems right here on the California, San Francisco's area. Right here, we can tell that actually there is some stores are closing down. Right here, it is only 3, but now they're gonna move to here, and then actually they kind of decreases the area right here. Here's used to be 1 store, but they kind of close it down. And then right here used to be 4 store, but now it's only 3. Right here, more stores are closing, but they kind of moved the store to the New Mexico area. So another thing is that people in New Mexico, they may not want to pay as much money on a bottle of conditioners. They don't care about that much, or like they can't afford that much. Let's say, why don't we put more focus on San Francisco area like that, or like on the coastal line area? It could be, yeah, it could be as I mentioned, the rent is too high. The owners can't afford it. They want to cut down the costs. But however, when considering those kind of stuff, we also have to consider cost of living. We also have to consider the people. We have to also consider the generation of people. Maybe the people are live in this area are younger. They care about those kind of things. Maybe at this area the people are younger. Instead of these area, people are more older who are not that particularly into those kind of products. So I also made this sheet. This is more like a conclusion. Just put it in the line for you guys to understand what I did, and then you can see it clearly, the line down. That means it's negative. And I also put together this dashboard. This dashboard shows the locations, and then shows the sales, and the sales and changed for different locations, and then just we're just gonna take a look and then just make a very small example out of it. Let's just do the central area. Central area is decreasing. Why it is decreasing? Let's look at the locations. Maybe they're opening up, or maybe they closing down some locations. So right here, central. Okay. Well, let's see. The store right here are still opening, but right here, the stores are closing up. And then right here, stores are more spread instead of focus on those big cities. And here as well, here's a lot of stores are being closed down. Here's one more store that's being closed down, one more store being closed down on 2018. Not sure why they closed it down, but if that affects your sales, I don't think it's a good decision. So you really have to consider about other factors as well. And then maybe we can do another example on Self. Self didn't change that much. It's not that much. It's 25 millions. Right here, it's only 20. It's down for 5 millions. We can take a look right here. I'd say Florida didn't change that much because they didn't move their locations. That's a good sign because there's no change into it, so no sales would be decreased or something. And right here, they open up some stores right here. But 2017, they did not have a lot of stores here. But why are they opening up right here? Could it be rent is cheaper here? That's why they're opening up more stores right here. It could be the reasons. But we can't just determine, oh, yeah, this is the reason why. We still have to dig a little bit more into it. So I make another dashboard. This is our profit margin, just to give you guys the data that will be compared side to side to see what's really going on. So on this one, I mainly focus on the west area, and then look at this, the west right here. It doesn't seem like a lot of change, but actually they do change a lot. So right out of bat, first one, 2017 was making a good profit, but they didn't. They closed down this locations and opened up this one. It's doing pretty good. However, this two store, they are still profiting. I don't know why they have to shut down this two store to decrease their sales. And then keep going down, as we can see right here. Here's a big chunk of the old stores are being closed down by 2018. If that is another $1 million in there, the company will lose $1 million by just closing down the new locations. As we go down, like here's a lot more stores. It used to be a lot more stores, and then they closed down more stores. I think in their way saying is they want to cut the cost, but I don't think the owner is considering the other factor of it. And then we can see right here, here's a big decrease at this area. It could be maybe right here they have 5 store. They used to have like maybe 5 to 8 store, but right here it's maybe only 5 store left. So 2 more stores closed down, more profits are lost. Right here in 2017, here's a lot more stores are opening in 2017. However, the sales are gone at 18. They decided to move to new locations. Also, there is another problem about the new locations. The owner really have to consider about if they move to a new locations, does the people know? Let's say I live in this city, and then all of a sudden there's a new store coming in, and I don't know what this store is. I have no idea what the store is. So on the other hand, the owner have to spend a lot more money on advertising it or doing a discount sales on it. If they're not doing it properly, then the sales will decrease as well. And then remember, the advertising and those exposure speeds are really high in nowadays. Yeah, and then I personally think that the owner should be opening up the store at the right place. They should actually go do a market evaluation to check out what's really going on, not just want to cut the prices. Okay, Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope you have a good day.